Coming up on this episode of Inside the Epicenter.
Look, I know most of our listeners in North America or around the world, especially during COVID, but hopefully this too will pass, and hopefully people will come back to the region. But look, it's very difficult. You're unlikely for most people to be able to have a chance and come and do what we get to do, which is, this is what we do for our calling in life, is to spend a lot of time having a lot of coffee and baklava and falafels and hummus with our friends in the Palestinian side and the Israeli side. So most people don't get to do that. Maybe the once in a lifetime, prayer and vision trip and to see the land. But the Joshua Fund is there because this is what we do every day. And we want to be a trusted resource for people who love the people of this country and say, I want to be helpful. I just don't know how I would personally do it. And in that case, I would say I always say there's 4 things you can do. Learn, pray, give, and go. Now, right now, you can't go, or in this case, you can't come. At some point, you will, and in fact, we'd love to have you on the Joshua Fund as we try to figure out when's the next time we can have a tour. But you can learn. That's what you're doing now with the podcast. You can pray for both sides, that God would have mercy, and that he would strengthen the church in particular. And you can give. You can give financially, and you can give a link to this podcast and to the Joshua Fund website and whatever, you could share it with friends. That's a way to give other people a chance to learn, pray, give, and go. And we'd, of course, love to get people involved. And we'll keep teaching and keep sharing with you the stories from both sides as the Lord gives us the great joy that we wish we could, literally bring everybody into this house. But even if every evangelical who wanted to get to know it, this is a small country, and there's a small body of believers on both sides. It would actually be overwhelming to them if every church and every pastor who wanted to come and be a blessing called up and said, we're coming to visit you. It's just too much. You can't possibly do it. They don't mean to be rude, but so the Joshua Fund is that mutual fund way of, it's a way to be a blessing without, causing the circuits to break over here.